Welcome to Bridge to Career in Business 201. I'm John Crenshaw. I'm glad you're with us and congratulate you on your decision to learn about business. You might be asking yourself, why business? Why this program? Well, Boise State met with some of the local CEOs to get an idea of what they were looking for in prospective employees who were coming out of colleges. What they told us pretty much was that they wanted students who knew about business, people who understand the terminology, people who know how a business operates, and people who could function as a part of that business and see how each of the components fit into the whole. We've designed this program to do just that. We want to give you the knowledge that you need and help you to earn your certificate or your degree with a full-on minor in business with a reasonable number of courses. Basically, regardless of your career, this program is going to make you more marketable and it will make you a more valuable employee to your prospective employer. We're going to help you to create a portfolio too. That's something that will help to showcase your work and you can give to a prospective employer to show them some of the things that you've done and what you've learned in the various courses that you're going to take with us. No matter whether you're a doctor, a lawyer, scientist, lab technician, or if you work for a nonprofit, all businesses have the same goals. They want to create value for the constituency that they're serving. They have to provide that value. They also have to be able to pay their bills and their employees. They need to buy supplies. They have to get the word out about what services and products they have to offer. So we explore all of these different things. And of course, if you're a profit business, you also have to look at investing money in research and development, as well as trying to make a profit for your owners. So as we explore the different aspects through this term, one of the things I want you to keep in mind is that they're all parts of the whole. It's the business itself that creates and provides the value to the people that it serves. Each component contributes to that, but it is only a component. And so you have to look at that and see how it fits into the business operation as a whole. Let's talk a little bit about how we've designed this course. Reading about material, of course, is a good start. However, you won't retain it unless you have a chance to practice it. So doing things that help to bring the subject to life, as well as discussing it, talking about it, are key to helping you to learn about these subjects. So of course, we start each week with reading. We have a great textbook. I think you'll enjoy reading it. It's well written and it covers the material very well. And we've supplemented that textbook with some additional reading in certain weeks. We've also put in a few videos that help to highlight some of the aspects of the material we're covering in that particular week. But we've also got case studies. These are where the subject really comes to life because it shows business in action, particularly as it relates to whatever subject we're talking about during that week. We have 10 case studies during our 15 weeks. They're all in the textbook. They're pretty interesting, and they'll provide you an opportunity to see how a business works in action and to apply your own thinking to analyze those case studies based on what you're learning in the course. Of course, we're going to release the keys the day after the case studies are due, so you get a chance to see what exactly it was that we're looking for and what we're basing the grade on those case studies on. We also have discussion questions each week. This gives us a chance to open a dialogue about the subject. We have one each week. I put in some subparts to help stimulate your thinking on that subject. And I think you'll find them interesting, and they're going to give you a chance to really consider how that aspect of business fits into the whole, and in many cases, take a look at what it is that you're going to be doing in your career and how that aspect applies to your role in your future career. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about how to do them. The specifics are in the syllabus. They're also in the module. But basically, you will provide a response to the question by Wednesday, and then you'll reply to at least 2 other students. And of course, anytime you do write something in there, make sure it's substantive. Don't just write, "Oh, I agree with your comment." Make sure that you're providing some thought, maybe some other perspective on what the other person has written. We'll be looking in, the instructors will take a look at this, we'll provide some comments ourselves, so always look back to see what the other students have written back to you, and also to see what the instructors have written, and we may ask a question or two. If we do, please respond to that. We've also got a business simulation for you. I think you're going to enjoy this. It's going to be in weeks 10 through 13. It's a computer program in which you're going to start and run your own business through a period of 4 quarters in competition with other classmates. You're going to wear many hats. You're going to basically be every executive in that business, and you'll make a lot of decisions each quarter. We'll see how you do with it. The instructors are going to be able to watch as you go through this, and we'll weigh in. And then at the end, we're going to have you write a paper on it that tells us basically how it went, what you learned from it, and where you saw your own strengths and weaknesses in that simulation. I think it will be fun. We're going to have a couple of exams during term. We'll have a midterm about week 8. That's going to cover the first 7 weeks of material. And then we'll have a final exam in week 15. It's not going to be cumulative, rather it's going to cover the material from the midterm to the end of the course. Let's go back to that portfolio I talked about. We want you to have something that you can show a prospective employer, something that demonstrates what you've learned in this class. To that end, we're going to have a term project, and we're going to do it as a team, probably of about 5 students in each team. This is basically going to involve analyzing a business model, and we'll talk more about that next week. You're going to actually lay this out on something called a business model canvas. You'll become quite familiar with this term. A lot of businesses use this, and it's a very effective way to analyze a business model and present your business model. So again, we're going to talk about it more next week, but we're going to take a look at that. I didn't want to have you have a ton of work at the end of the term, so what we've decided to do is break it down into components. So you'll have part of it due week 4, week 9, week 12, and then the final section, week 15. Should be a fairly manageable workload if you start right away and keep working on it. I decided to do this in teams because, number one, it divides the workload up a bit, and it also provides the experience of working on teams. That's very important. In the business world today, a lot of work is done in teams. We're going to talk about organizational structure during the term, and you'll see more about how important teams are and how good it is to be able to work effectively in a team. As a prospective employer, they want to know, how can you work in teams? We have teams here. Do you know the dynamics? Do you know how to interact with other people? So this will give you some practice and some attempts to do that. Grading, I've got a grade for everything that you do so that you get rewarded for your hard work. The breakdown of the grades is going to be in the syllabus, so do take a look at that so you understand how it is. We've decided to sort of even things out. So for the bigger projects like the exams, the term projects, the case studies, the discussion questions, it's sort of evenly divided so that there's a good mix of how you are assessed in this course. Finally, I want to talk a little bit about our course site. We've got a great design team who helped put this all together for you in Blackboard. But let me tell you a little how we've got it laid out. Each week is in a separate module. We have a course introduction. And at the beginning of each module, I tell you a little bit about what that module is all about and why it's important. For each activity that you have, whether it's a reading or a video, I give you a little bit of information about it so that you can see what it is that you're going to be reading and what you should be looking for. And of course, each week we have learning objectives too, which are spelled out in the module. Our course runs from Monday through Sunday. We have the readings, any videos, and the lectures set up early in the week so you can look at those before you actually have to do your discussion questions and start your assignments. That way you have that information available to you that you can apply as you go through those assignments. So as you can see, we've got a busy term ahead. Although I've tried to make it interesting for you, I think we'll have some fun along the way, and you're certainly going to learn a lot as we go through it. We've designed the course so that it will help you apply what you're learning, so it will stick with you. And our goal, of course, is to help you get the most out of the course and to make you more marketable to prospective employers. I think, again, that you're going to enjoy this course. There is a lot of material, and I think you'll find it very useful to your career. I'm looking forward to working with you.